Now, I don't know when you were a kid if this is how you learned, but this is how I learned things, and I was fascinated by. Drove my parents nuts, but I would take things apart. The best way to find out how something works is to deconstruct it or take it apart. So as an example, let's say I'm going to scroll down here and I would like to change. I want to make this into my own theme. I want to use some of the elements in here. Obviously, I want to put my own graphics here, my own text, but I kind of like the layout of how this theme is working so far. So here's what I want to do. I want to change this information with my own information inside the theme. So I'm going to come back in here. So here's the front end, here's the back end. So I can just go to the back end and simply do a Command F find, Control F find for Windows, and I'm just going to paste and replace that theme. Now, here's what I suggest you do. I'm going to leave this one alone just where it is. I want to make a copy of this and do my own little thing because I can compare and go back. And it's a great way to learn something. So I'm going to copy this as a new draft. And I'm just going to call this Home Version 2. Okay, and publish that. So therefore, if I totally muck this up, or I don't make mistakes. Actually, sometimes I do. Okay, so you can always go back to that. Now, that was done with a free plugin called Duplicate Post. And simply do a Google search, do a search inside of your Add New Plugin and put the duplicate post in there. It's going to save you a lot of brain damage and a lot of time. So let's go and make those changes. Again, the change I want to make, I want to just go step by step and share with you how I can start making this my own. So I want to take that text. I'm just going to copy it. So when I come back here and do a find and hit the return key, it takes me right there. So I'm just going to replace that with something that makes sense to me. So I'm going to keep the free updates and support. Think, learn, earn, dashboard, video series. Okay. Now again, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to update that. And if I don't want to go back and forth to my front end and refresh the page, just to share with you something we talked about in a previous video, which is kind of overlooked, a lot of people don't pay attention to it, is I want to view this in an incognito page. So again, Control key, Macintosh, right click Windows, I open this up in a private window page. So if I want to go right to that section, because remember I copied it, so I can just do a find, and I get to hit the return key. And go right to that section of it right there. You see, I guess I meant to copy and paste the words that we didn't change. I'm searching for the words we didn't change, therefore, Think, Learn, Earn Dashboard Video Series. So that's how simplistic it is to change something that exists. So let's change that to something we want to change it to, like Get My Plugin Now, as an example. So let's close this window. Let's go back here and look for, so I can copy the text, so I can just come right in here and paste, and takes me right there to the shortcode. How simple is that? This way you get through all the clutter. You don't have to drive yourself nuts by looking through the code. It's right there. So I'm just going to change that to Get My Training Plugin Now. Okay. Now this is tied to a URL. Now here's a real simple way to find out what that URL is that we need to replace. So I simply click right there. It takes us right to the URL. I'm just going to copy part of this. I don't have to copy the whole thing. I'll just copy part of it. I'll copy that. I'll go back to my theme and I'll paste, copy, and paste. So right there, I just need to change this with what I want to change it to. So we're going to change it to a little bit of self-promotion here. We're going to change it to Think, Learn, Earn.com. I won't do anything else. I'll just change it to that. So if I come up here and I update those changes, always important to make a change, save a change. Good habit to get into. So let's go back to preview changes again, or of course I can just refresh this page because I already have the page open. So I can just refresh that page. So if I refresh this page right now, you will see, if I scroll down to the bottom, get my training plugin free. Get my training plugin now, I should say. So if I click there, that's going to take me, actually, did I not, not paying attention here. I probably didn't fill in the actual address here properly. Well, actually, I guess it should save the changes. I think I might have hit update too soon. But here's another way to test that before you actually test it. If you put your cursor over here, you'll see down on the bottom left that it does want to go to the correct website. So get my training plugin now. I click there, that takes me right to my site. Now, of course, if you want to open this on a separate window, which it does, then that's just a blank window and that's already inside of the code. So step by step, you can go through this and just make changes to what you already have in here. Again, if you're not sure how to change an existing theme, just find that piece of text that you're looking for. So as an example, this is a short code for the Avada that's really not going to help you because this is going to tell you their users. Okay, so you can change anything in here just going by step, but endless possibilities. Let's do this one more. So I'm going to search for this line of text. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come back in here to my theme. I'm going to find, Command F, find, paste, and right there. So I can change that into anything I want to. So in the next video, I will share with you a very simple way to swap out images. Now, we're going to do a lot more with this, but I just want to share with you how simple it is to make changes to your shortcode without really knowing much about the shortcode in general. We'll talk about more how shortcode is constructed in a subsequent video. So I will share with you how to swap out images in a very simplistic way in the next video. So stay tuned.